Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list, well, it is my top 10 scammer food eBay items. Yep, I threatened to do it and now I finally did it. What did I do? Well, when I got back from Vegas, I went through all the notes and I pulled out all the stuff that I thought was cool. And then I took those 5,000 notes and went through them a second time to pull out everything that all the scammers say are worth money, and I found over 700 notes. So I started breaking them up into different groups, and I said to myself, all these scammers are trying to make money on people. What if I use the notes they're talking about to educate people and to show right on eBay that they are worthless? And if I tell everybody that these notes are worthless and they buy them anyway, you can't possibly call that a scam. If I tell you these notes are worthless and you buy it anyway, that's stupid. Okay, it's one thing to prey on ignorant people. It's another thing to try to educate people and have them fall for stupidity anyway. So I've probably got maybe 20 items listed. We're going to go through my top 10 scammer food items. These are targeted not at collectors, but at people who are sellers. They can buy all these notes and then sell them individually. That's the idea behind putting these together. So we're going to start off with number 10, which is miscut errors. Now you can see I've got 25 miscut errors here. These are all miscut right to left. I've got miscut errors that are miscut bottom to top. Here's left to right, and here's top to bottom. So I cover all four different ways to do it. So let's click on this and just show you exactly what I have listed here. All right, so you can see the picture. Let me scroll down so you can see the picture. There are the 25 notes. My description, or my title, 25 $1 FRN miscut notes, right to left shift. That's how they are. And if we zoom in on these, you can see how thin all of these borders are on this side. And here, I even did pictures this way. So this is the best way to do it. Look at how thin this is compared to how thick it is here. That's putting all the thin sides right next to each other to show how thin they are compared to how thick the other sides are. And so I put right to left, I put miscut errors, right to left shift, and in capital letters, worthless. So I'm telling you they're worthless. Right off the bat, they are worthless. And then I put read the description. So now even if somebody doesn't read my description, they're going to read worthless in the title. I'm not telling you that these are worth anything. I am clearly telling you that they're worthless. And if me, the seller, is clearly telling you that they're worthless and you still want to spend $99 on them, that's not on me. That's on you. I am not saying these are worth $100. I'm saying they're worthless. All right, so I did $99.99. It says or best offer, which of course I will not be taking very much less than that because the whole point is to have this up here. Remember, if somebody searches miscut errors, miscut notes, this is going to show up. So now with all the other miscut notes that are being sold, this will also show up and they'll see worthless in giant letters. I'm asking $5.99 for shipping, and I debated this, but I did do returns on there. Against my better judgment, I should just take their money and run because I told them they were worthless. So let's check out the description. Let me make sure I got it all on here. All right, here are 25 miscut notes. Okay. Every single one is thinner on the left than it is on the right. All are circulated. People claim these are rare, valuable, and authentic errors. They are not. Errors. An error would be if the cut goes into the print. If it's authentic, you would see part of the next note. The BEP would pull them before sending them out. They would be replaced by star notes. The BEP doesn't pull off-center notes. Therefore, these aren't errors. The grading company lowers the grade on off-center notes. That means they are worth less. Rare. If these were rare, why do I have 25 of them? If you have 25 of anything, it certainly isn't rare. Value. Value is a combination of supply and demand driven by rarity. If it's not an error and it's not rare, why would you buy it? You probably have one in your pocket. If you buy these to sell to uninformed collectors, that would be a scam. But people ignore me. They want to make a quick dollar scamming people. If I can't convince you that these are worthless, at least I can dig into your profits. So that is my description. Now, if you read that description after seeing worthless in the title and chose to buy these anyway for my $99, I do not feel sorry for you, and I cannot possibly call that a scam. Never did I say these are worth that price. So no, it's not a scam. But more importantly, anybody searching for those is going to see my item right next to everybody else who's trying to scam. So that's number 10. And once again, I have, where'd they go here? Oh, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 4 different items of miscut errors, all priced based on the number of notes in each stack. That's number 10. Number 9, right here, 10 Federal Reserve gas pump errors. Last digit is slightly raised. Let's look at this. Number 9. Okay. Get this centered so we can show everything. 10 $1 Federal Reserve gas pump errors. Last digit slightly raised. Worthless. Please read. Okay, so for those of you who want to call me a scammer, what part of this says that these are worth money? It's pretty obvious that I'm calling them worthless. My price is $49.95. Am I saying they're worth that? No. I'm saying they are worthless. If you can't figure out that I'm telling you that it's worthless based from that, I don't know what to tell you. Once again, if you are that dumb, what am I going to do? No sense in me letting all the scammers make all the money. Anyway, gas pump errors. So let's zoom in. What do you know? That 8's high. That 5's high. That 0's high. That 8's high. Let's go on this side. That 6 is high. That 5 is high. That 3 is high. The 0's high. The 8's high. Every single one of these is a gas pump. So what? Worthless. $49.95 or $49.99 is the price on there. And let's scroll down. $5.99 for shipping. Once again, I put in there yes for returns, which is stupid. I shouldn't have done that. And here, most of this is the same. The error portion, that's different. Genuine gas pump errors are when the digit is raised or lowered enough that part of the digit is missing. Actual valuable notes will show a portion of the next digit. These notes show a slight difference in height, meaning the wheel with the numbers is not as tight as it could be. In other words, not an error. So these are not errors. They're not valuable. And then rare. Since the number is clearly visible, the BEP doesn't consider it an error. That means every time it happens, the notes go into circulation. It happens to millions of notes. If it was rare, why do I have 10 of them? If you have 10 of anything, it certainly isn't rare. And then I go on the same way, but people ignore me. If I can't convince you these are worthless, at least I can dig into your profits. So that is number 9. Number 8. Go back out of this. Let's see. That's top to bottom. Gas pump errors. Number 8. Did I do that? Those? Broken ladder. Okay, here we go. Broken ladders. Let's look at this. 25 $1 fancy serial numbers. Broken ladder. Worthless. Read description. Worthless. What's a broken ladder? Let's zoom in on one of these and we'll talk about it. You can see it has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have a 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. A ladder would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be a ladder if they were all in order. A mixed ladder would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with them mixed in different orders, thus the name, mixed ladder. A broken ladder means that there is a rung missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 is missing. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's where you get broken ladder from. That's a broken ladder. I have 25 of them in this group. Okay, so $99.99 for all these broken ladders, $5.99 shipping. Once again, did returns, shouldn't have done that. So, once again, 25 broken ladders. What's a broken ladder? Okay, a broken ladder is a one-off of a one-off. A true ladder features the numbers 0 through 7, 1 through 8, 2 through 9, or 3 through 0 in either ascending or descending order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be a ladder. It could be worth $1,000. There are only 8 ways to make it out of 100 million combinations. That's rare. Then there's a mixed ladder. This has all the digits as above, but they are mixed up. 4, 6, 3, 7, 8, 2, 1, 5 has all the digits 1 through 8, but it's mixed. There are 161,272 ways to make this combination. That's not rare. In comparison, a radar, a note that reads the same forward and back, reads the same way each way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, has only 10,000 combinations, and it's worth only $20. A mixed ladder is a one-off of a ladder. Let's see. These are mixed broken ladders. There are gaps. It may contain numbers like 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, no 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and they are all in mixed order. The easiest way to describe them are serial numbers that don't have pairs. I can't even find a listing on how common these are because there are so many. These are worthless. Okay, and again, I put rare. If you have 25 of anything, it's not rare. So once again, if you read all that and still wanted to give me $100 for those $25, that's on you. That's clearly not a scam. I clearly educated anybody looking at this as to what those are and how worthless they are. But if you read through all of that stuff, even if you didn't, even if you just saw that it said worthless here and chose to buy them anyway, well, that is a sucker and their money is soon parted. That's all that is. I am clearly not scamming. I am clearly doing everything in my power to educate the buyer as to what it is that he would be purchasing and what its value is. If he still wants to buy it after learning all that, that's on him. So that one is number 10, 9. That was number 8. Number 7. Let's see what else we got on the list here. Number 7. Well, I've got a 4-digit ladder. Yeah, 4-digit ladders. We know who says these are worth money. That would be Kingdom Currency. All right. 4-digit ladder, fancy serial number. Let's see if I can get this in here somehow. 4-digit ladder, fancy serial number, worthless. What's a 4-digit ladder? Let's zoom in. Well, here's 5432. Here is 9876. Here is 6543. Those are 4-digit ladders. Four digits in a row that are either ascending or descending. I wonder if there's the ascending on the other side. That's 5432, 3210, 98. Let's see, 0987. Yeah, these are all the same. Here's one, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, ascending and descending. You get them both. All right. $39.95 for these 10 notes. $5.99 shipping. That covers that. And let's see what the description says. Here we go. Let's see if I can get all this in here. Fancy. An 8-digit ladder would have 8 in a row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a fancy serial number. 7 in a row is close. It has some value. 6 would be the bottom end. By the time you get to 5 digits or 4 digits, you are just trying to make it sound like you have something special when you really don't. Rare. An 8-digit ladder only has 8 combinations out of 100 million. That's rare. 7 digits have 148 ways. Also rare. 6 digits have 2,686 ways. Still has value. 5 digits have 42,160 ways. That's 4 times as many as a radar, and a radar is worth about $20. A 4-digit ladder has 606,908 combinations. That's as common and worthless as a trinary. Clearly not rare. If they were rare, why do I have 10 of them? If you have 10 of anything, it clearly isn't rare. So, yeah, once again, I don't know if I read this line. I put this line in everywhere too when it says for value. I said value is a combination of supply and demand driven by rarity. If it's not fancy and not rare, why would you buy it? They print more every series, so they will never increase in value because there are always more made. You probably have one in your pocket. If you buy these to sell to uninformed collectors, that would be a scam. So, once again, anybody who read the title, saw the word worthless, and then read the description like I asked them to, and wanted to buy these anyway, That's on them. Clearly not a scam on my part. I gave them all the information they need to make a good decision. If they want to blow that decision, that's them. Now, I also included premium 4-digit ladders. This is a separate entity in and of itself because our buddy Kingdom Currency had something to say about premium 4-digit ladders. In his video, he said 4-digit ladders are worth, what did he say? Like $10 up to $250. And the ones that he were referring to that were worth $250 a piece were what he called premiums. And the premiums were notes that started off with 0, 1, 2, 3 or started off 1, 2, 3, 4 and had to be in the first position. That's the first position would be here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Well, according to him, that's a premium. Or the last position. 0, 1, 2, 3. He said in the first or last position. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3 in the last position. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first position. 0, 1, 2, 3 in the first position. 0, 1, 2, 3 in the first position. 0, 1, 2, 3 in the first position. So all of these have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3 in the first or last position, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So according to him, those are premiums. And according to Kingdom Currency, these are worth $250 a piece. So for me to only ask $100 a piece, well, I'm doing God's work, aren't I? Clearly, I'm doing God's work. I'm saving you $150 off of the price Kingdom Currency said they were worth. Anyway, let's take a peek. I think that's actually how I put it in the description, too. I don't remember if I mentioned them or not. Let's see. Here are 6 premium 4-digit ladders. Yes, I did. According to Kingdom Currency, 4-digit ladders are worth $5 to $200 each. He says notes that start with 0, 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4 are premium. I guess that means according to him, these are all worth $200 a piece. The actual value on these is face value. They aren't rare or special. An 8-digit ladder is incredibly rare, and then I go into that one more time. In all honesty, it's also not as rare as a note starting with, oh, okay, here we go. I should read that. All right, that's not rare. But trying to limit that number by using positions or specific digits doesn't change the value. A note starting with 1, 2, 3, 4 is just as rare as a note starting with 2, 3, 4, 5. In all honesty, it's also as rare as a note starting with 9, 2, 6, 1. In fact, you can pick any 4-digit combination, and that is equally as rare as 1, 2, 3, 4. For him to say these notes are worth $200 each is sinful. So that was my jab that had to go into there. All right, so those were the ladders. That was the 4-digit ladder and the premium. Okay, so that was 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6. What else did I put in here? I'm skipping over the dark ones. All right, we're going with the wet ink transfer. What do I have here? 25 $1 wet ink transfer errors. Worthless. Read description. Once again, that alone tells you that these aren't worth anything. But what are they specifically? Let's go here and let's zoom in. And here you can see wet ink transfer, wet ink transfer, wet ink transfer. Every single one of these, wet ink transfer. Wet ink transfer. That is when the back of the note gets printed, and this is the very darkest portion of the word 1 on the back, and then the next note gets put on top of it before the ink dries, because the next note is put on top 4/100ths of a second after the ink is applied. So yes, wet ink transfers are very common. Let's see what I put here. During the printing process, a metal plate has grooves carved into it. Ink is applied and wiped off, leaving the ink only in the grooves. Using high pressure, the paper is forced into the grooves. This causes the paper with the wet ink on it to be raised. You can feel this on a new note. In 0.4 seconds, the next sheet will be dropped on top of this raised wet ink. The darkest part of the back of the note are highlighting the word 1. That means the ink is the thickest, darkest, and most likely needing the longest time to dry, possibly more than 0.4 seconds. Since there is no pressure forcing the ink onto the surface, it is possible that over time this could simply flake off. Thus, it is not an error. Errors won't flake off. It's just sloppy. So there's my description there. And of course, I include all the other comments. Rare. If I have 25 of them, how is that rare? If you have 25 of anything, it's not rare. So yeah, that covers the wet ink transfer. Once again, if you read all that and still want to buy them, that's on you. Remember, the point of this is for anybody looking for a wet ink transfer to see this amongst all the other ones and to read this and learn what it actually is. I can't make everybody watch my videos, but I can put my stuff right next to where they shop. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 5. We're going here with the triple doubles. 18 triple double fancy serial numbers. Worthless. What's a triple double? It's when you have 3 pairs, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, in order like that. As long as they're connected, that's a triple double. Why? I don't know. I don't know why anybody would collect that. I could understand if you collected 4 pairs, but why would you collect one that has 3 pairs? Probably because it's one off and it's as close as you can get. So let's see the description here. Collecting 3 pairs doesn't even make sense. If you have 4 pairs, at least they use up the entire serial number. 3 pairs is when someone tries to make something sound like a fancy serial number because actual fancy serial numbers are hard to find. By naming and promoting things like this, you are simply trying to find something in every strap. Fancy serial numbers are worth money because they are hard to find. Giving a name to a type of orientation doesn't make it a desirable fancy serial number. If these were rare, why do I have 18 of them? If you have 18 of anything, it's not rare. And of course, all the other stuff. So yeah. Once again, anybody looking for this stuff on eBay should run across my items and see that these are worthless. So once again, can't make them watch, but I can plant my seeds this way. All right, so number 4. Bank teller stamps. Yeah. Here we go. Uh-oh. What's going on? Here we go. Bank teller stamp. All right. Scroll up here. If we look real close, here we'll go on this one here. Teller stamp, teller stamp, teller stamp, teller stamp, teller stamp. Teller stamp, teller stamp, teller, teller, and teller stamp. 10. Bank teller stamp errors. Worthless. Read description. Scroll down. Here we go. Here's errors. When the notes are counted at a bank, they are then strapped and the teller stamps the strap with internal information. It could include the date, the branch, the teller number, who verified the count, etc. Sometimes the teller misses and a thin sliver of the stamp gets on the note. Sometimes it's a line, sometimes it's a small portion of indistinguishable letters, sometimes it's part of a circle. There are endless designs of bank teller stamps. Stamping anything on a note does not increase the value. If it did, go buy a stamp and make as many as you like. It's not an error. Okay, so once again, that's covered. Don't have to worry about explaining what a bank teller stamp is anymore. Now people know they are worthless. Let's see, number 3. Number 3 was 5 of a kind. 10, Federal Reserve 5 of a kind fancy serial numbers. Worthless. And these aren't even 5 in a row. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos. 5 zeros, 5 zeros. Once again, not even 5 in a row. 5 of a kind. And I'm getting these from buddies like Kingdom Currency telling people that 5 of a kind are worth money when they are not. Worthless. Read description. So what's the description? Scroll down here, the fancy portion here. Let's see. If you had 8 of a kind, that's called a solid, and it's worth thousands. 7 in a row might be worth $100. 7 of a kind is even less. 6 in a row might get double digits. 6 of a kind is exponentially more common. These are not even 5 in a row. These are 5 of a kind. Out of 100 million combinations, 380,000 of them are 5 of a kind. In comparison, an actual fancy serial number like a radar has only 10,000 combinations, and it's only worth $20. There are 30 times as many 5 of a kind notes. This is an example of people trying to find value in anything they can put a name on. So once again, that covers how worthless this is. I am not telling people these are worth money. I am telling them they are worthless. I'm telling them to read the description. I'm telling them how common they are. And if you want to buy them anyway, That's not a scam. That's stupidity. There's a difference between stupidity and ignorance. Somebody buying my stuff, that's stupidity because I'm telling you it's worthless. Ignorance is not knowing that they are worthless. Okay? So if you don't know that they're worthless and you get conned by someone else to buy it, that's a scam. If I tell you they're worthless and demonstrate to you why they're worthless and you buy it anyway, that is not a scam. That's stupidity. I will take advantage of stupidity all day. I will not take advantage of ignorance. All right. For those of you who don't understand the difference in that, keep in mind, I'm not the one that goes to church, so you better figure it out that way. All right, number 2. Let's see, what do we got here? Trinary notes. Yep, gotta do trinaries, don't we? I also had stars in here, but we're not going to cover those. Trinaries, 25 trinary notes, circulated, worthless. What's a trinary? You guys know what a trinary is. 2s, 3s, and 6s. Those are the only digits that are in that number. You can see every single one of these is a trinary. There's only 3 different digits used to make the numbers. They are worthless. They are ridiculously easy to find. They aren't even in great condition. I put in there that they're circulated, so I don't have to worry about it. $5.99 for shipping. And what did I have to say about them? A note that uses only 1 digit for a serial number, like 4444444, is called a solid. Out of 100 million combinations, there are only 9 ways to do that. That's rare. That's worth thousands. A binary has 2 different digits, 455445545. There are 11,430 combinations. They're about $20. If you can't find them, people settle for finding a trinary because they want to feel like they have found something while searching. There are 695,220 of these. That's not rare. Once again, solids, 9 combinations worth thousands. Binary, 11,000 combinations worth $20. Trinary, 695,220 combinations, worthless. So there's the facts. They want to buy it anyway? Go for it. You can buy mine right there for $74.99 plus shipping and handling. I am not preaching any value at all. I'm telling you and demonstrating that they are worthless. If you want to buy them, that's on you. And finally, number 1. I know this is long, but I had fun doing this, and you should have saw how long it took me to type all this stuff up. I did Where's George notes, and boy, did I do Where's George notes. I have to show this stuff. Starting here, Where's George notes. 10 $1 Where's George notes. Read description. Okay, 10 of them. People try to sell these for $7 a piece. Okay, so I took 10 of them, stamped 10 Where's George notes, and I'm only asking $5 a piece, not the $7. Okay, Where's George notes? Worthless. Read description. And of course, if we zoom in, you can see Where's George. That's my Where's George stamp. I stamped all of these, and I did log them. So if anybody buys them, they can log them. Let's go down here. Here we go. Where's George is a tracking site. You stamp a note, Where's George, and list it. Then you spend the note. You will get an email telling you the next place your note pops up. You get to see your note travel a country for free. You can go to an office supply store and make a Where's George stamp for under $30. Then you can stamp as many notes as you like. Better yet, you don't even have to stamp a note. You can literally just write Where's George on a note with a pen. Why would you think a note that you can make yourself would be worth money? Why would you pay more for these notes than it would cost to buy a stamp? Do it yourself. So that was my Where's George spiel on regular notes. And once again, 10 of them, $5 a piece. So there's your scammer portion there. Someone can buy them and try to sell them for $7 a piece because that's what their con is, even though they're worthless. But I took it a step further because I wasn't going to let it sit there. I took 10 consecutive Where's George notes. Brand new, crisp, uncirculated. Every single one of these, check out those serial numbers. 135, 134, 33, 32, 31. I think I did 31 all the way to 40. Yep, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yeah, I did 10 consecutive crisp uncirculated. I put about uncirculated just because I want to cover all my bases. And if a regular Where's George note is, if I'm selling 10 regular ones for $50, well, consecutive notes must be worth something. So here's 10 consecutives, and we'll get $80 for those. And I use the exact same description as before, so we don't have to check that. But then I did one more. I did this I did actually a couple more. I did Where's George notes on star notes. Yes, on star notes. Actually, I went through my box of stars and I pulled out all the notes that I'd writing and that were shredded or tore or severely damaged or whatever. And I was going to put those stars back into circulation because they just were hideous. But I thought, why not try to make some money off of them like all the scammers do? So I did a star note Where's George. 10 star notes that are just trashed, but they're all stamped Where's George, so those must be worth a ton. Those have got to be $10 a piece. So I put those out there for $199.99 for 10 Where's George star notes, which of course, based on my description, you know is worthless. And I also included 10 Where's George Trinaries. So you can buy those for $100 too, since everybody says fancy serial numbers are worth something. No, they're not. Once again, the whole point of doing all this was to list stuff on eBay so that when people are searching for this stuff, my stuff will come up too. Imagine taking the time to put dozens and dozens of trinaries, listing them individually, and then my ad coming up right underneath it saying that they're worthless. You're probably going to check to see what I had to say, and you're going to read that. That's the point. My point is not to sell any of these. I will, if somebody wants to buy one, I will happily give them these notes for whatever price I put on there. But my goal is not to sell these. My goal is to get it out there that these are worthless notes. And what better way to do it? All right, guys, I know this was a long one. Thanks for watching. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.